Hi there. Welcome to another video with English for Emerson. This channel is the place to be if you want to learn to read and write some basic English. And to all my millions of students out there, I'm back again and let's get ready to roll. Now, last time we did a lesson, we did something where we went into a cafe and the waiter asked us what we wanted and we said, I'll have a small pizza. That's right. I'll have a small pizza. Well, naturally, if we say to the waiter, I'll have a small pizza, they're going to ask us, what would you like to have on it? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And you know, it's very unusual in English for people to speak properly anymore. And that's kind of sad if you think about it. But everything's gotten very sloppy, especially in America. Very sloppy. The culture. And it's a good thing the comment section's turned off because no one can talk back to me here. But the culture in America has gotten very sloppy, and I wish people would clean it up. I really do. The language has also gotten really sloppy. So what you're going to hear if you're in a restaurant in America and you say, I'll have a small pizza. What you're probably going to hear is something like, what do you want on it? Now, what is that? What was that? Let's listen to that again. What do you want on it? Do you hear? Can you hear anything in that? I can hardly. Let's just shorten it up. What do you? What do you want? It's very strange language, isn't it? I can't hardly hear what they're saying. What do you want? What? That's a short form. What do you want? Is short for what do you want? But people have shortened it up to what do you? I'm going to try to write it up here. Can you say it with me? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? That's short for what do you want? People have shortened it up. They've gotten sloppy and lazy. Sometimes in America, when I work with people, honestly, I can't understand what they're saying a lot of the time. I have to say, what? Because they don't speak clearly. And also, I think I'm losing my hearing as I'm getting older. Too much work with the chainsaw and other kinds of construction equipment. I have to stop people. I wish people would speak more clearly. I really do. I've kind of gotten off on a tangent here, but that's what you're going to hear a lot of times. Unfortunately, is what do you want? But we're going to try to make it a little bit less sloppy today. And what we're going to write is, what would you like on your pizza? No, we're not even going to write that. We're going to say what would you like on it? Yeah. And you're not going to hear it that way is the thing. You're going to hear what would you like on it? So that's another shortened up thing. And that's what we're going to write is what would you like on it? Would you? That's not a word, would you? That's what you're going to hear though. So that what I'm trying to say is in English, the way you hear it and the way that you see it are going to be two separate things. It doesn't sound like it's going to look. You're going to hear the waiter come up and say, what would you like on it? Let's try it together. What would you like on it? What would you like on it? That's a sloppy way of saying, what would you like on it? Do you understand? People don't speak properly anymore. They don't come up to you. The waitress is not going to come up and say, oh, sir, what would you like on your pizza? No, she's going to say, what would you like on it? It's sloppy. Here we go. You got yourself a pen and something to write on? We're going to write properly, but you're not going to hear it that way. Starting with a capital W. Top line, diagonal down to the bottom line. I go through 3 lines for my capital W, from the top, through the middle, down to the bottom. Then we go back up. Then we go back down. Then we go back up again for a capital W. Now, next letter on what is a lowercase h. Start up here, straight line down, then one hill up to the midline. Good. I don't know if you could hear it. That refrigerator was going over here in this rental. Just shut off. So nice and quiet. Here we go. Next letter on what is an A. Starts like a lowercase c, then down. And lastly, I bet you can hear the next letter. What? What? Can you hear the T? I can. Lowercase t starts below the top line, straight down, and then cross it at the midline. What? Wood. Now this is a strange word. Get ready. Get ready for some English. Ha 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 ha. Not an easy word, wood. What would you like on it? Starts with a lowercase w. We only capitalize the first letter usually, unless we put somebody's name in there. Now we're coming up, back down, back up. So it's half the size here as this one. Do you see that? My lowercase w is half the size of my capital. Okay. Wood is the next letter is an O. Believe it or not, O can make the sound And then, can you believe this? The next letter on wood is going to be a U. I hope I'm not going too fast. You can't stop me and tell me if I'm going too fast. You have to pause the video. Now, if you think about this word, wood, can you believe this? This is one of the strangest things about English. I don't mind telling you. Sometimes I get frustrated. I really do. The next letter on wood is an L. I'm not joking. I'm not joking one bit. Here we go. It's an L, straight line down from the top. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why it's there. It's there. I don't know what to say. Then the next letter is, you can hear the next one. Wood is a D. Starts like a lowercase c. Then we connect it down all the way down from the top. Very good. Very well done. Can you believe that? That right there spells wood. What would you like on it? What would you like on it? This is something you just have to memorize, that wood has an L before the D. I don't know what to tell you. It's just there. Silent L. U is the next letter for the word you. Diagonal from the midline down to the bottom. Then from the midline we go through the bottom line and we go down below the bottom line. That's going to be the only letter in this entire sentence that goes out of the lines. I love it because I love to go out of the lines. What would you like on it? Next letter on U is an O. And then a U. Now, so far we have what would you. Now look how confusing English is. The O-U here makes the sound would. The O-U here makes the sound oo. The O-U, in other words, can make other sounds. It makes all kinds of different sounds. There's no logic to English. It's just simply memorization. I wish it was different. I really do. It's terrible. I mean, it really is. What would you like? That's going to start with an L. You can hear it. Like. Straight line down, then an I. Down from the midline and a dot above it. Now think about the next letter on this. Like. Like. Can you hear the K? I can. Straight line down. Then an arm. Then a leg. And then like ends with a silent E. Start here between the midline and the bottom line. What would you like? On it. On is O-N. I think I'll just squeeze the it in at the end of that sentence. It is I-T. Here we go. I-T. Period. Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't end with a period. It ends with a question mark. Oh, no, I don't have enough room. I got to do this thing again. I just love it. Oh, sometimes I just entertain myself. Isn't this great? I get to do this thing again. I get to write on the border. There we go, baby. That's what we like. That's what we like right there. Yes, sir. Okay, we got our question mark in there. Boy, I tell you what, English for Emerson, you get it all here. You get it all. You know, the beauty about this, it's a free channel. Tell you what. Here we go. What would you like on it? Are you going to hear that when you go into a restaurant? No. You're not going to hear it. That's just how we write it. What you're going to hear is, what would you like on it? Or, what do you want on it? I'm going to write these up here. I'm going to try to explain how it works. What do ya? And what would ya? It's sloppy English, but that's what you're going to hear in your ear when you go into the cafe or the pizza parlor. What do you want on it? What would you like on it? Unless you meet someone who's extremely polite, you're not going to hear, what would you like on it? But that's how we write it. A lot of times in English, we write it properly, even though people say it in a sloppy way. Next time on English for Emerson, we're going to build our pizza. We're going to tell the waiter what we want on our pizza. It's going to be a lot of fun. You get to think about it, and you can put anything you want on your pizza. Okay? We'll see you next time on English for Emerson.